What's up, YouTube? Knight's Edge here again. Got another pretty cool little video made possible by none other than Mr. Eddie. Thank you, Mr. Eddie, for sending these knives along for me to take a look at. Thanks to people like him that I'm able to look at such cool knives. Otherwise, there is no way I'd be able to look at these two at the same time. I really appreciate it, Eddie. This is another Showdown battle comparison video, whatever you want to call it. Thought it'd be pretty cool to do between the two. I've done a review on this one a few months ago, and this one should have been out yesterday, I'm thinking, right, if I post my videos at the right time anyway. So big shout out to Eddie. Check him out on Instagram and the Discord. He's got a sales section in the Discord. He sells lots of really cool folding knives. He also makes his own custom fixed blades, so that's pretty cool. Thank you to my channel members, subscribers, Patreons, everybody. You guys are absolutely awesome. I really appreciate you guys constantly support me in the live streams and watching the videos, everything. It is really awesome, and I am very, very humbled by that. So without further ado, this is the Oz Machine Company Roosevelt. All right, and this is the Roosevelt XL. So Oz Machine Company, small machine company out of Indiana. Everything they make is in-house, USA made. Pretty cool. Small batch. This isn't something you can just go on BladeHQ or Knife Center or Walmart or Amazon or something like that and get. These are small batch, semi-custom to custom, depending on your definition, USA made knives. So that being said, the price on these are pretty up there. I think the XL runs a little bit more than the Roosevelt, but they are anywhere from, I think, maybe 800 or 850, somewhere in that price range for the base models, give or take 50, 100 bucks, something like that. But they go for a lot more than now in the secondary. I've seen these as high. The XL, I actually saw one just now on eBay as high as like 2,300. So the availability is the thing on these, and also the added options. The handle scale material, the blade steel does play a factor, but not as much. A lot of it is based on what type of customization exactly it has put into it. They do lotteries for these. These are not readily available most of the time on the Oz Machine site. They do drops, and usually they are gone within a few seconds, right? I think within a minute or two, they did a drop of 30 of these, and they were sold out within the first minute. So yeah, that's all something to keep in mind ahead of time. Wanted to go ahead and put that out there though. So let's go ahead and we'll do it like a normal review. We'll go back and forth. Let me get the tape measure. Let's see. So overall, on the Oz Machine Company Roosevelt, you were looking at an overall length of right at 7 inches, tip of the blade to the end of the handle. And if you're looking at an overall length on the XL, you are looking at, let's see, right at I want to say 8.5, maybe somewhere close to 8.5 inches. If you go from the tip of the blade to where the blade meets up with the handle, sorry about that, where the blade meets up with the handle right there, overall blade length 3 3/4 on this one, and overall blade length on the Roosevelt right at 3 1/8 if you go all the way back again to where it meets up with the handle. So pretty good difference there, right? 3 inches just shy of it, measuring like that for sharpen edge length. Sharpen edge length, if you measure this way on the Oz Machine Company Roosevelt XL, you are looking at 3 5/8, right? So going right at 3 inches here, and sitting at right at 3 5/8 there. If you measure straight forward the cutting edge, you are looking at right at 3 1/2 here. All right, so measure it with the belly. That gives you a little extra. That's why I'm doing it both ways. But yeah, you're looking right at 3 1/2 there, and on this one you're looking right at 2 call that 2 7/8. So that's your overall and blade measurements comparison on those two. Now, one thing that did surprise me, and I was actually Rob that asked this question first time I noticed it anyway. the blade stock thickness on these. Now I'm going to measure it all the way back, thickest part of the spine, 126 thousandths for the XL. And for the Rosie, the original Roosevelt, that first notch right at 126 thousandths. So they are identical as far as blade stock thickness goes. Now we'll go behind the edge. Let's see. Yeah. Let's go on the belly of it right here. Behind the edge. Right at 19.5 thousandths. So 19.5. Fairly close spot behind the edge on the XL. Now I don't know. Yeah, right there, right around 19 thousandths. So that might be a little bit of a caliber error on that, but relatively the same behind the edge as well. So handle thickness, you're looking at 400, just a hair over 440 thousandths on the XL, and on the Roosevelt, you are looking at 404 thousandths. So a little thinner, right, on the Roosevelt. Now that is a little noticeable whenever you're handling them, but not very much. Both of them are awesome ergonomically, in my opinion. Depends on the size of the hand you've got, right? Also, so I wear a large size glove, average size hands, I guess, and it, right, you know, definitely can get a good grip on the XL, and most definitely can get a great grip on the Roosevelt. So not really too big of a difference, but there is a difference there, right? So let's go ahead and I'm going to put the XL up top just for the size comparisons. So we can do, I guess the easiest way, the most efficient way, I guess, to do it will be one at a time. But I'm going to try to make it to where I can squeeze all of them in on the size comparisons usually do. So the usual suspects here, there's your Demco knives 80-20.5. There's your Demco, or your no, that's your Cold Steel 80-10, I'm sorry, and your Demco knives 80-20.5. That's a slicer variant, right? So just swap them around. Maybe keep in mind, you know, things that are up top are going to look a little bit, you know, skewed compared to the bottom just because of the way that the camera's pointed. Now you can do a Spyderco pair of 3 and your Spyderco paramilitary 2, right? So one of the things I was saying to Rob is it's kind of comparable almost to like a paramilitary 2 and a pair of 3, but I would say the regular Roosevelt compared to the XL is kind of like a pair of 3 compared to maybe a paramilitary 2.5, 2.25, something like that. So not quite the difference as the military and the pair of 3, right? But definitely you can draw a comparison there. So here is the Rat Model 1, Ontario Knives Rat Model 2. And let's go one at a time here on some higher end knives. You got the Hypercut Knives BLADEWALKER, also on loan from Mr. Eddie. Most of the ones I'm about to show are actually on loan from Mr. Eddie, right? He's got a lot of really super awesome knives. So that's the Hypercut BLADEWALKER. I think that's how you say it. This one's from Carco, the Randy Doucette flipper, lefty. Alright, let's go with the Sure Goroff. I think that's the Ursus, right? It's a E-Knives exclusive right there. Pretty cool knife. So next up, let's do a couple more. We'll go with the, this is a Vulcan knife. Not sure on the model name on that one yet. Got Mr. Eddie's logo right there in the handle. All right. And last but certainly not least, in my book, is the Strix Knives Sparrow. Right, so hopefully all those size comparisons gives you a pretty decent idea of what you're going to be handling. So let's do a weight next. Let's get the scale out here. Put these right there. Do a weight on them. Alright, so the Roosevelt, I have weighed the Roosevelt before. I can't remember how much it weighs. It's been quite a long time since I can't really front flip that one as easy. But it's been quite a long time since I've weighed the actual Oz Machine Roosevelt. 3 ounces. Yep, right at 3 ounces. So the Roosevelt's sitting at 3 ounces. The Rosie XL 5.1. So that might be a big difference for a lot of people for carryability, as those 2 ounces, a little over 2 ounces right there as far as the difference goes. For me, I don't really, you know, it's not really that big of a difference. I could see how it could be though for some people. They both carry really, really well. So let's get out the old blue jeans here. We'll do a pocket check. Now that is the Roosevelt right there, and here is the Roosevelt XL right there. It's a little more sticking out with the XL, right? But you know, kind of comparable. Just like it says in the name, the XL is in fact an extra large version of the Roosevelt. So essentially the same knife in many aspects, just an XL version of it. But both of them carry really well in the pocket. It's like a $2,500 pocket right there. I think that's the most money that that pocket's ever had in it, come to think of it. All right, so let's take them back out. Hardware check, I'm wanting to say, thinking it's going to be all identical, but I will definitely do a hardware check on it. Be really gentle with this because of anodization. That is, I got to be 100% sure, but I'm thinking that that is a T8, but I do want to try a T10 just to be sure. Yeah, that is a T8. All right, so T8 there. T8 on the body. Clip screws are hidden. So T8 pretty much all the way around on the Roosevelt. Roosevelt XL, I'm thinking is the exact same thing. Yep, T8. T8. Again, clip screw is hidden. Right-handed tip-up only carry on these. Don't have a captive pivot, but they might have a D-shaped pivot barrel in there, which means that, you know, it won't back out. So definitely really good on that T8 all the way around, and pretty cool that the clip screw is hidden there. So that's definitely cool. So that's pretty much the specs, the overview on both knives. Ergonomically, I don't know, man. I guess it depends on what you're doing. I think as far as an everyday carry, if you work in an office, something like that, where you're not going to be using it too much, or where you like wear maybe some nice dress pants or something like that, I would say the regular Roosevelt will be a little bit better. Ergonomically, it's hard to say. It depends on the size of your hands, I guess, right? If you have if you wear like an XL or double X glove or something, the Roosevelt XL would probably, I would think, my own personal opinion, would be a better carry for you. And if you wear like a large size glove like myself, I would think ergonomically, this one I can get, you know, with relaxation, can get a full 4-finger grip on it. You know, still got a little bit left over if I put my fingers all together and choked up like that. Now choke back, I can't get that full 4-finger grip on it. With the XL, even choke back, put my fingers together, I definitely got a full 4-finger grip on it. Choked up, definitely got some blade left over there, right? So that's something to keep in mind. It is an XL knife compared to the Roosevelt. So the jimping, everything is essentially the same. If you look at the jimping on both of them up top, still got 1, 2, 3, 4 notches. 1, 2, 3, 4 notches right there. Still got that classic little swedge at the top, just like the Roosevelt, right? No added sharpening choil or anything like that. The blade profiles are essentially identical. Now your opening hole right? Try not to touch these two together. But your opening hole on the XL is going to be larger. Pretty much everything's larger except for the blade stock thickness on the XL than it is on the Roosevelt. All right. So that being said, I guess it depends on what your preference is and the size of your hands. Which one of these two would win for me personally. Now I like a larger knife, a little bit of extra room. You know, I would prefer the XL myself over the Roosevelt. The action's the same. Again, larger blade drops, kind of glides, shake to glide shut. Now these haven't been, the bearings haven't been changed out to skiffs or anything like that. But it is just awesome action on this. Same with the regular Roosevelt, right? That is a smaller, thinner blade. So you got to keep in mind that that's going to be kind of like a more of a shake shut. Now, I'm sure you could skiff out both of these and that would totally change that action on them. Rob's Dirty Knives could probably attest to that, I'm sure. But the action on them both is great. So overall, I would probably pick the XL just because I like a larger, you know, larger size knife. But the Roosevelt is itself an awesome knife, you know. That's pretty much it, guys. I can't think of anything else I can, you know, make a comparison to with these two. The Roosevelts, if you get some of the older ones, they do come with the box instead of the pouch. The XL now they're coming with the pouch, and I think that's maybe what they're switching to for all their models. But yeah, this one's in Magna Cut, this one's in 20 CV. You know, I'm sure you can, they kind of swap out there. So not sure if you get XL in Magna Cut or not, but I'm pretty sure you can get a Rosie in 20 CV. So I appreciate you guys watching, man. Hit the like button if you like my content. Subscribe if you want more of it. Go give Mr. Eddie a shout out on Instagram. Give him a follow. Again, if you're interested in buying some pretty cool knives, check out the Discord. He does have some for sale in there. He has a really, really great pocket knife collection and does a lot of cool shorts and videos on that. And also, as I mentioned before, does make some pretty cool custom fixed blades. So I really appreciate it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope this maybe helped somebody answer some questions between the two. Maybe not, I don't know. And again, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're interested in more content, and I'll see you guys on the next one.